Good morning, my friends, and happy weekend. It is super duper early on Saturday morning. It's a little bit after 5, and I got up to do some cooking. I decided I was going to make some meals for, we're going to Andrew's classroom. We're going to meet him in his classroom this morning, finish up a few things. Unfortunately, not everything because his teacher desk never came in. So we're going to go down to, we call it the furniture graveyard. It's a room in the school that just has like tons of furniture. So we're going to go down there and we're going to find a table or something for him to use until his desk comes in. Excuse me. I'm just going to finish up one bulletin board and just help him put the final touches on his room. And I decided to cook some things for him and take those also. We had pork loin for dinner the other night, so I put that in the foods. There was a ton left over. So I put that in food saver bags and froze that. Figure he could just thaw that out and make a side one night. And then I decided to make him, excuse me, some sandwich rolls. So I'm going to get that dough started. That way he'll have those. My goodness. That way he'll have those. And he can use those like during the week to take his lunch. I have some chicken thawed, so I think I'm going to make just a couple chicken cutlets, and he can either have those as is or turn them into chicken parm. And I'm going to make a batch of sloppy joes, just to give this kid a little bit of a head start on dinners. His stress level's pretty high right now, so if this is one thing less that he has to stress about, this mama will feel a little bit better. So I am going to do that. Everyone in the house, meaning Doug and Aria, and the chickens, are still sleeping. So I figured this was a good time to get up and get all this started, because we want to leave here at about 9:30. We're going to head over and, oh my gosh, this is so rude. I really did wake up fine. We're going to head over and laminate some things. And then there's a teacher store. We're going to head over there, laminate a few things, and then head over to the city. So that's the plan. I will definitely bring you along, show you what I'm doing, all that fun stuff. First thing I need to do is get this dough started. So I had 2 chicken breasts that were pretty thick. I cut those in half, and now I'm using one of my little tiny fairy eggs here. And I'm going to make an egg and milk wash, and then just use some breadcrumbs, coat the chicken, and then cook it, let it cool, and I'm just going to freeze them individually. That way he can heat it up for a cutlet or make chicken parm or whatever it is he wants to make. I just went out and took care of the chickens. Took me forever because I scrubbed their water dispensers, like scrubbed them. So that took me a while. And then I popped into the garden because I'm going to make these sloppy joes now, and I needed some peppers. So popped into the garden and picked the peppers. Can't get much fresher than that. So I am just gonna chop up these peppers, assemble all my ingredients, and get those going because I'm hoping to have those going before the rolls need to be shaped. Okay, so starting on the sloppy joes, in my pan I have a pound of ground beef. I have 2/3 of a cup of peppers. Well, I have a pepper and a half from the garden. I have onions and garlic and celery. And I'm just gonna do a little bit of salt and pepper. And I'm gonna let this cook until the ground beef is cooked through and the veggies start to get tender. And then I'm gonna go mix up my sauce. So that'll be ready to go when the meat is cooked. And then it just has to simmer for 45 minutes. So let's get that sauce mixed up. Okay, while the meat's cooking, I'm gonna make the sauce. So I have just a half a cup of ketchup in my bowl. And then I'm gonna add 2 teaspoons of brown sugar. We're gonna add a tablespoon of tomato paste. I love this tomato paste in a tube. I have the jars or the cans of tomato paste on the shelf for when I need a lot. But when you just need a little, this tube is wonderful because there's no waste. Before, I used to open the can, measure out my tablespoon or whatever, and then I would freeze the rest of it in 1 tablespoon measurements. But honestly, it was a pain in the butt sometimes. So this is so convenient. And it's really not that expensive. I know a lot of times when you buy something that's convenient, it's expensive, but it's really not bad. Then we're gonna do 2 tablespoons of just plain old mustard. Mustard's being rude. And we're gonna do a tablespoon of cider vinegar, apple cider vinegar. And then we're gonna do 2 tablespoons of the W sauce. I'm not even gonna attempt to say it. And we are just going to blend this up. And once the meat is cooked through and the veggies are tender, we're gonna add this in along with some beef broth and chili powder. And then we're just gonna let it simmer for 45 minutes. Super duper quick and easy. Okay, our meat looks good, so I'm just gonna add in our sauce. Then we're gonna add in a half a cup of beef broth. This is the beef broth I made, the beef bone broth I made. I think we made it together. I'm just gonna use my dirty ketchup measuring cup, because why dirty something else? It's all go in the same place. Then we're gonna do a half of a tablespoon of chili powder. We are gonna mix this up. Make sure it's all coated. And then we're gonna put a lid on it and we're gonna let it just simmer for 45 minutes. And then we'll come back and we will thicken it up a little bit. Okay, all the rolls are shaped and they're gonna go in for their second rise, thanks to this guy who woke up and helped me. So we're gonna get these in for their second rise for about 20 minutes, then we'll bake them. Okay, Doug is working on slicing some turkey. We just did not feel like getting the meat slicer out because we're only gonna slice some down for Andrew and package it so he has some for sandwiches during the week. His sandwich buns came out absolutely stunning. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So I'm gonna let them cool. I'm gonna slice them and get them in a freezer bag. His sloppy joes are cooling and we are eating breakfast.
So I'll show you what I'm having. Okay, breakfast this morning just had to be super duper quick because we're running a little bit behind because I, decided to do more than I had planned. Shocking, right? Did you hear that from the peanut gallery? I've got one of my sourdough English muffins. It's a really little tiny one. I have 1 egg. English muffins, 3 points. The egg is 0 for me. I have 1 point's worth of raw milk cheddar cheese in there. I have 1 Jones's chicken sausage. And that is breakfast. And we're saying goodbye to our old friend, our toaster. It's not working. It would not, barely warmed up Doug had a bagel sandwich, barely warmed up our bread this morning. So it's going out in the trash and we're going to pick up a new one while we're out today. So we are out of the house and on the way over to Andrew's. I meant to show you what I packed in the cooler for him. He has 4 servings of Sloppy Joe. He has a dozen rolls. He's got 2 servings of steak tips and mushrooms, 4 chicken cutlets, and I did 4 packs of mozzarella cheese in case he wants to turn that into chicken parm. He already has some of my sauce. Turkey. I forgot cheese though. Might just stop somewhere and buy him some deli cheese because we didn't slice up our cheese. So yeah, that's everything. I meant to show it to you. I put all of it in food saver bags to put it in the freezer. I don't love using that many food saver bags, but it's what works for him. He does not have room for freezer containers or anything like that. He gets half of a little freezer. So it's going to be tough putting all this in there. But we'll see. We'll manage, I guess. I just left the teacher store, Lakeshore Learning, where I laminated all his stuff for his schedule bulletin board. While I was in there, Doug ran over to Costco and bought a new toaster. I will show you that when we get home. And now I'll show you what I'm working on in the car and where we're heading. So we are back in Andrew's classroom finishing this bulletin board. I will give you a whole tour when we are done. His desk didn't come in and the kids' chairs didn't come in. So it'll be a good tour, just not a complete tour. Doug is trying to hook up his printer. Andrew's just freaking out a little bit. He's a little nervous. So we're just kind of getting things done and settling him down, and yeah. We had a bit of a misfire with the bulletin board. I didn't quite think it through. So we had to run back to the teacher store and laminate something else. And while we were gone, we picked up lunch at Wawa. Andrew went at Wawa. I'll turn you around and show you what I got. I got a junior hoagie. It's a 4-inch. And a little cup of soup. It was like the special today. So that's what I got. It is 600 calories, which is fine, easy to fit in. I'm not sure how many points. I'll have to look it up, but I'm not even sure if I'll eat all the soup because it's a medium, so we will see. But when I unwrap it, I will show it to you. So there is my lunch. It is a 4-inch little junior hoagie and a medium broccoli cheese soup. Okay, the almost final product. I say almost because Andrew still doesn't have a desk, but we made him a little area. So this is the inside of his door. And when you walk in his classroom and make a right, they have their mission statements, their values, and talk about their graduates. His bulletin board up here is all about map stuff, map keys and things like that. His homework board. He's got some posters down here. This is his temporary podium until Dad can build him one that he wants. Then his smart board. Andrew's going to give you a little demonstration just in case you've never seen a smart board work, because it is amazing. And then this is his prayer corner. The patron saint of his classroom is St. Joseph of Cupertino, who is the patron saint of test takers and students. And there's his prayer corner. He has a prayer intention jar and papers and a pen. The kids can write their prayer intentions and they pray for them. This is all his Bibles and some religion books. Storage closet. I showed you this in the other video. Christ is still not hung on the wall. He'll get there. This is his Chromebook charging station and printer. I showed you this before too. There's a little sign. He's gonna have 3 of these, and they're gonna be labeled, I think, if you get done early, if you missed a day, or I don't know, something else. I forget. He's got it all figured out. We're just waiting for 2 more to come in. St. Ignatius prayer, another storage closet, kids' mailboxes. These are the 7th and 8th grade books. He'll dole those out when he sees them. His in and out bins for each grade. And then these are, instead of, like some teachers use popsicle sticks, he's using a ping pong ball system, like when you just have to randomly pick a child, that's what he'll do.
Oh, they don't belong over there. They don't belong over there.
They don't? Oh, that's where you put them.
I know, they belong over here. I've got to move them.
So here's another storage closet. These are his class values. He didn't want to do class rules. He did class values. Now, because his desk isn't in yet, we set up this nice little area for him. I made him a pencil case. This has all the extra things for his schedule board in it. This is where his desk will be. He's got his lonely chair right now. His info board for important information. Bunch of history posters. This is his history bookcases. And then we have his schedule bulletin board. It's all on there with Velcro so he can switch it around as needed. Then his help wanted board, these are his jobs board. Little job title, little description. More posters. This is his daily poll. Every day he's gonna put up a different question, and then when the kids come in, they just take the chalk and tally which one they vote for. And that is it. Now I'm gonna have him show you his smart board because it's really cool. We did not have this kind of technology when I was in school. Basically, it's one big, huge computer. It says, "Welcome, Mr. Stetzer." It's got the time. And then there's a whole bunch of different backdrops that he can use. It can just be a plain old whiteboard. Or if he, let's say he was, I don't know, what do you want to show? That writing paper was pretty cool that you showed us.
All right.
Like, especially if he was like a younger class. Look, it looks like writing paper. And then he can take his little stylus and just write right on there. The big computer screen. And then he can take his eraser.
Oh, there's also an eraser on the back of this too.
Oh, there's an eraser on the back of the pen too, but he also has a big eraser and he can erase it.
There's so much more you
There
can
is
do.
so much you can do with
There's
this.
just-
Like, he can make charts, columns, flow chart,
We're gonna be using a lot of this.
Venn diagram, and I think I just saw a football field. Yeah,
Yes.
there's a football field.
You know what that's for?
It's when you do your football review game, right? That's so cool. And then he also said it's a 10, what did you call that?
It's called a 10-finger. It's called a 10 points of touch.
10 points of touch.
So what that means is that you can write with a finger, but also if 10 kids are up here, 10 over at the same time.
10 kids can write all at the same time because it's a 10-point touch. You can erase the whole board at one time too, yes?
Yes, if I just do this. If I go to the
Delete page.
delete page, it'll basically move to the next one, but I can always just add another one right away.
He can, and you can see, what, 9 screens at one time?
I can write, not on 9 screens at one time,
You can scroll through or something,
Yeah,
right?
I can scroll through like different screens. Like if I were to, you know, like zoom out a little bit. Oh, come on.
We can't see the lines on the video,
Yeah,
but
know.
I see what you're doing. Oh, there you go. Now we can.
Yeah, kind of, sort of. I don't know. It's weird. I don't.
Make it bigger, make it smaller.
Yeah, I can actually. I can move it.
You can hook up a computer to it. You can do just
So yeah, I can move to different like coordinates.
Yeah, if you see there's like the grid down there. So it is just really, really cool technology. Does it replace a chalkboard? Kind of, but Andrew likes a chalkboard too. So he said he will probably use both. So thank you so much, Andrew, for showing us that really cool technology. I don't remember if I showed you his door. The door's closing. If I showed you his door before or not, but that is his door. So pretty cool. That was all Andrew's idea. I just helped out with the Cricut, and Doug helped out with his plotter printer at work. Whew, I'm beat. You beat?
Yes.
We did not expect to be here this long at all, but it looks fabulous as you saw. Yeah, so that should be it. I don't think we'll be back. At least not before school starts, unless, I don't know, something occurs, but we should not be back. So now we are going to head home and crash our bodies on the couch, right?
I guess.
For the rest of the night? Oh no, it sounds like Doug has plans, so maybe we'll be doing something else. Not sure. I'll let you know. You know you're in a whole different part of your life when you get excited about a new toaster. It is the Cuisinart Custom Select 4-slice toaster. It's got all kind of stuff. Self-adjusting slots, stainless steel, bread select button, easy shade dials for 7 browning levels, defrost buttons in case you have something frozen before you toast it, single slice button, yada yada. It's got bread, bagel, waffle, pastry, and English muffin settings. So pretty cool. I think we got a good deal on it. It was $49.99 at Costco. I looked it up on Amazon and it was $59.99. So I think we did okay. And oh, where is it? Here, let me see it. It looks industrial. Here, let me see. Looks very industrial.
It's shiny.
It's shiny. But ours other one was pretty much dead, so I'm excited to use this. I think we should make a piece of toast. Okay, dinner time tonight. Originally we were gonna have shrimp tacos, but by the time we got home and all that, it just wasn't happening, so we needed something quick and easy. We had a lot of garden veggies to use, so that's what we did. I have zucchini casserole here. It is 1 point for my serving for the cheese on there. I get points back for the veggies. I have caprese salad. It is 3 points for the cheese on there. I get a point back for the veggies. And I have a Butcher Box Italian sausage. I threw the packaging away before I put it in, but I just gave it 10 points. And I have some peppers with that I just sauteed in a little bit, tiny bit of olive oil and then steamed them in water. So I'm going to give 13 points for my dinner tonight, and I get 3 points back. Well, my friends, I am calling it a night. That dinner was so delicious. There's not been anything from Butcher Box that I haven't loved. Yes, it's higher in points, it's higher in calories than something else, but it is just such quality meat. It's unbelievable. It is unbelievable, and I just like the fact that it's organic, that it's sourced reasonably, and it's sourced humanely. Just fantastic, just so delicious. And everything else we had with it was fabulous too. The best part was the company, because while we were eating dinner, Adam FaceTimed. So we got to chit chat with him for a little bit. Sadly, the Phillies lost. We were watching we were listening to the Phillies game while we were making dinner. But now it is time to finish cleaning up, and I am going to crawl in bed and read my book. Actually, I'm reading 2 books right now. I'm reading the 8th book in the Cozy Mystery series that I'm reading. It's by Lauren Elliott. It takes place in like a antique bookshop. I really like it. I enjoy it. And I'm also reading The Salt Fix by Dr. James DiNicolantonio. Somebody I follow on Instagram. I really like him. He makes a lot of sense with a lot of things when it comes to whole food eating and natural eating and living and stuff. So I read his book, The Obesity Fix, and now I'm reading The Salt Fix, and it's really interesting. So I'll probably read a couple chapters of that, and I'll read a couple chapters of my other book, and then I'll probably fall asleep because I've been up since 5 o'clock and I haven't stopped moving all day. Tomorrow we are going to 9:30 Mass. Jason from The Average J and his wife Michelle are joining us. And then we are all going out to breakfast together. So you will see them on my vlog in the morning. And then I think we're just going to come home and try to get some stuff done around the house. Hopefully get the chicken coop painted. So we'll see. But anyway, and if I can tomorrow, I'll take the camera into the run and I'll show you how Jackie's doing. So good night, my friends. Have a wonderful, wonderful sleep, and I will see you all in the morning. Good morning, my friends, and happy Sunday. We are heading out to church. We are going to meet Jason and Michelle from The Average J, go to Mass with them, and then go out to breakfast with them. So looking forward to that. Some good friendship, some good fellowship, some good food, and then we're gonna get home, and I'm sure this guy's got plans.
Hero.
You have plans?
Yeah, I need to paint the coop.
We need to paint the coop. I will help him, but my first order of business is cleaning out the van. With all the college moves and the classroom moves and harvest season, it's a hot mess. So I just want to clean it out really good, dust it out really good, vacuum it out really good. Just get all that done today, and then help him paint the coop. And I'm not really sure what else. Oh, I forgot to take my pork chops out of the freezer. They thaw fast. Let me tell you, if you need to thaw something fast, just throw it in a bowl of cool water and it will thaw. Last night it was the 11th hour when we decided to have dinner. I had sausages that were frozen solid. Literally 10 minutes in the bowl of cool water and they were completely thawed. So that's my favorite kitchen hack. So yeah, we're just gonna have pork chops on the grill, some sweet potatoes, and whatever vegetable I feel like grabbing for dinner. So really easy day today because we do have a lot to do. I need to stop and get corn on the cob. Oh, maybe we'll get some for dinner too. To make a corn, tomato, basil, mozzarella salad for the picnic tomorrow. And I guess that's about it. I don't know. You know us. We always find something to do. We always keep busy. So I will be back when we are at breakfast. It is quite noisy in here, but as promised, there they are.
Oh, hi. Hey.
We are enjoying our breakfast. Jason has the piston special. It's us all kind of stuff.
There's a little of
Everything Jason likes.
Yes.
Michelle, shocking. If you watch their tag, you know what she has. Doug's got a country omelet. It's got everything in it. And I have a Western omelet. That's our breakfast, and we are totally enjoying this company. We had such a wonderful time with Jason and Michelle. It was a wonderful breakfast, and thank you, Jason and Michelle, for treating us to breakfast. That was ever so kind of you. And Michelle and I were making plans for a double date night to the melting pot, so we'll see when that's going to happen. Now it is time to get home and get to work. Doug really wants to get the grow out coop. Now that it's not a temporary grow out coop, but permanent, he wants to get that painted today. And like I said, I wanted to get the car done and cleaned out. Not sure I'm going to do any kitchen work today. I really should make bread, but we'll see. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm going to do any kitchen work, so we'll see what happens. Can't even think about dinner. I am so full. Breakfast was delicious, and I ate pretty much all of it except probably a half a cup of the potatoes, but I was really hungry. I didn't realize how hungry I was until I started eating. So yeah, the Piston Diner doesn't usually disappoint. It was delicious as always. Ran into a bunch of people we knew, a woman from the boys' high school, plus some relatives. So it was a very nice morning, very nice mass this morning, and just all good. So anyway, I'll let you know what we need a trip to Tractor Supply. I'm not sure when that's going to happen.
Maybe this afternoon, we'll see.
Yeah, we really want to get some work done before we start taking off, because you know what happens. You get out and then you just never get back. So we shall. It took me an hour and 25 minutes to do the car. I mean, I super cleaned it. And this guy has been out here painting the grow out coop, which is now a permanent coop. But at least he has some shade. I was out in the blistering sun, although he's working his way around to the sun. So keeping him hydrated, keeping myself hydrated, and keeping the chickens hydrated. We just gave them some frozen treats. We don't give them a lot of frozen treats because we don't like to change their body temperature too quickly and too drastically. But I had some frozen corn cobs. They don't have any corn on them. And I also had some frozen, if you can, I don't know if you can see it through see that red block there? That is all tomato junk from when I made tomato soup or tomato sauce. It's like the cores and the seeds and all that. Oh, and it's also the skins, because I use the cherry tomatoes, so I don't skin those. So they're enjoying their treat. Laura has some too. And Sansa's missing it all because she's in the nesting box laying an egg. So now I am going to grab a basket and get in the garden because it needs some picking. Okay, just got back in from the garden. So I've got this full of regular tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, grape tomatoes, basil for days. It's gonna take me forever to dry this. I'm gonna get this washed and get it laid out to dry, and then start drying it tomorrow probably. It's easy, it's just there's a lot of it there. I picked a bunch of rosemary to dry also, and a little bit of chives to dry. And then I got these beans, and I have a little bit from yesterday, so that'll be enough for us for dinner tonight between this and what's in the fridge. Picked one eggplant. Sadly, our potato crop did not do well this year. We kind of knew that. I'll talk to you about that in a minute. Picked a bunch of green peppers and a bunch of jalapenos. So not bad for the first week of September for a harvest. And we still have a lot of tomatoes out there and some peppers. So hopefully we'll be harvesting, for the next couple weeks. We'll have to just wait and see. So our potatoes, we did not have high hopes. Last year they were great. This year we dropped the ball. Last year we used seed potatoes and we planted them on Good Friday in April, and we had a great crop. This year we were very late because of Doug with school and everything. It was just hard. And we did not plant seed potatoes. We actually did plant starts, and our yield was crappy. I think we got about, this wasn't the first, this was just kind of pulling up everything. I harvested the other day and we only got about 2 pounds versus a lot more last year. So next year we're gonna be on our game with the potatoes. I still do have, I don't know if you remember in one of my weekend vlogs, we took one of our chicken feed bags and we planted some potatoes in there, and they were seed potatoes, just like homegrown seed potatoes. They're coming up, and I just mounded them today. We'll see. It didn't cost us anything to try it, so I'll keep my eye on them, and who knows, maybe we'll get some potatoes out of that. The ones that we put in the raised bed did nothing. I do not like that raised bed. I'm actually going to get rid of it. We bought it for our herbs. Just didn't do well. And I talked to a couple other people, same problem. Denise over at Dish with D, hers did not do well, and I think she has almost the same raised bed as we got. So probably next spring that's going to get emptied. And we used all the right soil and everything. We used specific raised bed soil and all. And yeah. So I think I'm just going to empty it and put it up on Gibbstown Giving or something, because it's just taking up space and it's a pain in the neck to mow around and nothing grew in it. So anyway, I have a big job ahead of me. I need to get all this basil washed and lay it out to dry. I think I'm going to try to lay it out on the kitchen table. That should be big enough. I'll put beach towels down because I've never done this much at once. I mean, some of it I'm going to, like, there's a couple leaves that, like these, like, that'll get thrown away, but like the ones up top are good. Can I tell you how good my house smells with all this basil and rosemary? Now, Doug was back at the coop when I was harvesting the basil, and he popped up and he's like, oh my goodness, all I smell is basil. And now my house smells like basil and rosemary, so it's lovely. It is lovely. I need to make some hand soap. Our hand soap is almost empty. And as I was washing my hands, I was thinking, what kind of soap do I want to make? And I was going to make grapefruit. Now I'm thinking, oh, I think I have some rosemary essential oil. Maybe I'll do that. We'll see. Oh, and speaking of harvest, I think our big girls are taking a break today, because we only got 3 big girl eggs so far, although Sansa's in the box. But man, the little girls are kicking. Let me show you. So we got 4 teenager eggs. This is the second day we've gotten this. It's hard, you can't see it on camera. It is like neon green. It is so bright green. I don't know where the other one is. Oh, here it is. Let's see if we can, I don't know if you can see how green that egg is compared to the other ones. So I don't know who is laying that crazy green egg, but yeah, the big girls, or the little girls, are doing great. I mean, the big girls are too. These are all the big girl eggs. And then I have all the little girl eggs in this bowl. The eggs are fine. They're just little. So we'll see. Okay, super busy afternoon. I just ended up putting a couple beach towels on the table and laid out all the basil, laid out the rosemary, and the little bit of chives I had. So this will all dry. I'm probably gonna let it dry overnight. I don't know, I'll check it later tonight. And maybe I will be able to work on that. Get at least 1 tray in the oven tonight. I'm not sure. What I do is the basil goes in at 170 degrees. They all go in at 170 degrees. And the basil takes about an hour. I just lay parchment paper on a sheet pan, put the basil not touching, kind of like it is here, and cook it for about an hour. The rosemary takes longer. That takes about 2 to 3 hours. And the chives are about an hour also. So that's what's going to happen with all that. Green beans are in the Instant Pot. Tomatoes are all taken care of. A lot of these will probably go in the freezer, and later on when I get enough, I'll make some more soup. But I do need these for the salad tomorrow. Had a Tuscan cantaloupe that we got that I needed to get cut up because it's very ripe. That's going to be dessert tonight. The peppers that were picked are getting fried up. They'll be good for eggs and sandwiches. And the eggplant is roasting in the oven. So, and the pork chops are on the grill. So it was a very productive kitchen day for me today. Okay, dinner is plated up. I have a pork chop that is, how big was this? Do you remember? 5.6 ounces. It's a big one. It's from Butcher Box. It's really, really thick. I have a sweet potato. It was 3.2 ounces. I have roasted eggplant for 0 points. This is 0 points for me also. And I have green beans, also 0 points. So the only thing I have to count tonight is my pork chop, and I have to look that up. But looks like a great plate. Looks like a great dinner. Well, my friends, that is going to end my weekend. I've got to clean up the kitchen from dinner, and that's probably about it. I'm back and forth on whether I'm going to start drying these herbs tonight. I don't think I want to. I think I want to just give them overnight to make sure they're really dried out from me washing them, because they do much better in the oven. I may put them on, before I go to bed, I may prep 1 or 2 sheets sheet pans so I can just pop them in first thing in the morning. Tomorrow we are going to my brother-in-law's house, the one that's on the lake. It is my little niece's, my great niece's 14th birthday. So, and we're celebrating Doug's brother's birthday also, and remembering Doug's father, who his birthday would be tomorrow. So it'll be a nice family day. I think Andrew is coming. I'm not sure. Not sure if I'm going to film or not yet. It just depends. I tend to not do good when we're busy with family. So more than likely I will not film tomorrow, but I will be back for a Tuesday tag on Tuesday. Jason over at The Average Day did the questions. They are Labor Day related, like work tags, like work related questions. So they'll be a lot of fun. I guess that's about it. So that was our weekend. Once again, another busy one in the books, but it's all good. We love being busy. We like keeping busy. We love helping our kids, and we got to do that. So looking forward to seeing Adam in 2 weeks. We will see him on the 17th. We did get to FaceTime him. I told you that last night, so that was good. So anyway, I'm calling it. I will not be eating anything else tonight. That dinner was very filling and very delicious. And I think the dinner was 5 personal points for me, and I forget how many calories, but I am under my points for today and under my calories, which is shocking because yesterday I was under my calories but over points by like 14. So sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But I'm really, really enjoying counting the calories, and I am getting to that video. I'm still taking some notes. I'm hoping to get that filmed in the next 3 days, so we will see what happens. That's it. I will catch you all in my next video. As always, I'll leave some videos linked right here for you. And don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and if you know someone that would like this video, please share. I will see you all later, my friends.